Harry Potter's lightning scar is a pretty iconic image of the whole wizarding franchise. I mean, it's basically the mark that kicked off the whole heptology and started the infamous rivalry between Harry and Voldemort. But what if I told you that the scar actually wasn't created by Voldemort's killing curse? Ready for a theory? Hey everyone, it's CTO of the Theory channel, and something I've always wondered is why Harry's scar is shaped like a lightning bolt. It just seems so random in a world where literally everything has a meaning, and even though J.K. Rowling herself has stated that she picked it just because it's a cool shape, I quite frankly don't believe her. But why the scar is shaped like a lightning bolt is for another day, because today I'm going to discuss the truth behind the origin of the scar. As you probably know, the scar was created on the night that Lord Voldemort murdered Lily and James Potter and attempted to kill Harry too, but the curse rebounded and hit Voldemort instead. Harry was protected by his mother's defensive charm, and when Voldemort used the killing curse, the charm prevented Harry from dying. The scar was supposedly where Voldemort hit Harry with the curse. But here's the thing, the scar doesn't act like an ordinary scar. It usually pains Harry when Voldemort is near, or when he senses danger associated with Voldemort, his Death Eaters, or even the Dark Mark. In the Sorcerer's Stone, Hagrid says to Harry that his scar isn't ordinary, and that a mark like that only comes from an evil curse. What's odd, though, is that wouldn't you think the other two unforgivable curses would leave a scar, too? I mean, the Imperius and Cruciatus curses could surely be classified as evil, and yet they leave no trace of themselves even though the victim doesn't die. People who have died from the killing curse also don't seem to have any kind of scar left on their body, like Cedric for instance. So it seems a little odd that the only thing that gives you a scar from a spell is surviving a killing curse. Plus, if Harry was the first person to ever survive one, how would Dumbledore or Hagrid even know that it would give him a scar? It makes no sense, unless the scar isn't from the killing curse. On the night that Voldemort attacked the Potters, two things happened to Harry. 1. Voldemort attempted to kill him with Avada Kedavra, and 2. An unstable piece of Voldemort's soul latched itself onto Harry when Voldemort lost his body. I think it makes much more sense that it wasn't the curse that gave Harry the scar, it was the Horcrux. In other words, Harry's lightning bolt scar is where the fragile piece of Voldemort's soul embedded itself in him. This just makes sense for so many reasons. Harry's scar always pains him when Voldemort is close, which could be because the fragment of soul wants to rejoin its master, which J.K. Rowling literally stated. She also said in a web chat that Harry's scar no longer hurt once the Horcrux inside him was destroyed by Voldemort, which totally proves that the scar is connected to the Horcrux. Harry's scar isn't from Voldemort's killing curse, it's from his soul. But you might be asking, then why don't any of Voldemort's other Horcruxes have scars like Harry? This stumped me for a while, as even Nagini, another living Horcrux, doesn't appear to have a mark on her, but it all goes back to the way the Horcrux was created. Remember, Voldemort never intended to make Harry a Horcrux, it was by accident. The piece of soul detached from Voldemort and embedded itself into the nearest living being, which was Harry. This is far different than any of Voldemort's other Horcruxes, which he intended to contain some of his soul all along. But on the night that Voldemort attacked the Potters, his soul was split by accident, and the Horcrux tore itself into Harry, and that's why he has a scar. It wasn't a smooth act, it was jagged. The symbolism of the scar, perhaps? I don't know, but I am very curious about why it does have that lightning bolt shape. But what is really cool, and just makes so much sense, is that there's a clear correlation between Harry looking into Voldemort's mind and Harry's scar hurting. It doesn't make sense that when Harry looks into Voldemort's mind, the area where a rebounding killing curse hit him starts throbbing. Harry's scar is tethered to the Horcrux inside of him, meaning that it's also tethered to Voldemort's soul. This is also exemplified when Harry has strange dreams or nightmares about Voldemort that are actually happening, and he always wakes up with his scar hurting. Harry only has these visions when Voldemort is doing something important or really evil, such as when he sees him plotting his return to power inside of the house in Little Hangleton. Harry wakes up with his scar killing him, but it's not because of the danger he senses, it's because the Horcrux is activated the most during the times that Voldemort feels the most powerful or even excited. Also, Harry says that the worst pain he's ever felt in his life was when Voldemort physically touched his scar in the graveyard. This is because the Horcrux senses that its master is so close and so near that it wants to return to him so badly, just as J.K. Rowling stated. So, what do you think? Is Harry's scar from Voldemort's killing curse, or is it from the piece of soul that tore itself out of Voldemort's mind and plunged into Harry's? Let me know by clicking the I in the top right corner of the screen. If you think my theory is correct, then I'd really love if you'd help more people know about it by liking and sharing the video. Also, tell me why you think the scar is lightning bolt shaped down in the comment section. Subscribe if you want more Harry Potter theories, and, well, yeah, see you later.